Yes, everyone, the final cut is here once again, and it's going to get bloody today with today's creature feature film called Craving. It's an indie film brought to us by Jay Horton and co-written by Jay Horton and a familiar name here on the final cut, Gregory Blair. And we get the story of a group of addicts who bust into a bar to rob it, but they're also on the run. And soon this group finds themselves trapped in the bar along with the patrons there by individuals outside who are hunting this group of addicts. And one of the members of the group, though, is hiding a dark secret. And as the night goes on, that secret soon comes to light, and things get very dark and bloody when it is revealed. Craving, the title, as you can imagine, is a double meaning. And not only because this is a creature feature, so we have a creature who is hungry, but also craving in the theme of addiction, which runs through this as we learn the history of each of these members of the bad guy group that tried to rob the bar. As we learn more about them through a series of flashbacks, you see how each one of them is dealing with addiction in different ways. And it's an interesting exploration. Horror genre is not a stranger at all to exploring the idea of addiction, and I think they do it very effectively here. Everybody here, this whole cast, puts in solid performances. You've got Felissa Rose showing up in here for a few amount of scenes in the beginning as Les. Always great to see her on screen. She got some great chemistry here and always brings it, and she does here. Al Gomez playing Hunter, who's the old guy. He's part of the group that is hunting this group of addicts. Liked him quite a bit. He's an interesting character, got an interesting history, and Al Gomez plays this guy really cold, but also with a little bit of heart. And so it's an interesting balance within this guy, especially considering the tragedy his characters had. But Al really gives it his all in this as the leader of this group. Holly Rockwell plays Gail, and I really love, she gets to be a badass, but she also has the soft spot for one of the members of their group who is tweaking very badly out of all of them. And kind of the mom of the group. And you get that feeling from her as well, that they don't want to necessarily harm the patrons, but they're in a bad spot. Person who does want to harm the patrons is Frenzy, played by Ashley Undercuffler, who steals every single scene she's in. Man, does she chew up the scenery as the homicidal Frenzy. Man, this character, she's just on a different level. I loved her crazy that she brought to this, to the scene and to the group. And really, she's the one out of all of them that you're like, could just go off and kill someone at any time and not even blink an eye. Who's playing Frenzy's girlfriend, Lo, played by Lee Kun Jin. Wow, she gets a couple of just really wonderfully badass, scary moments in here. And the pairing of these two alone, I'd love to see a movie with just these two just wreaking havoc across the countryside, because they're very interesting characters. Rachel Amanda Bryant playing Shiloh. She's the good girl of the group. You really don't want anything bad to happen to her, and you really feel sympathetic to her character as all these traumatic events are happening. We've got Mac, played by Kevin Caliber, and he's kind of the good-looking, strong guy who's the second-hand man to Gale, and he plays that part well, and got an interesting backstory for him. So yeah, the characters are interesting, and the practical effects, I have to give a shout-out to, and I hope I pronounced this right, Alexis Paonessa as the key makeup artist, and Robert Bravo as special effects artist. For an indie film like this, the practical special effects, when we get to this bloody reveal, creature, climactic ending, wow. Okay, it looks great. It looked wonderful. A little bit campy, but not too much. They played fairly serious. They do through editing and camera work. They help cover up some of the stuff, but they didn't have to because with the lighting and the way this creature design is, it's creepy as hell. I loved it. I loved all the visceral gore effects they work in here and just how bloody things get. Again, a little bit of camp worked into some of the kills as during this whole chaotic ending, but at the same time, it was just great. It ended great. I mean, this is a piece that I think is worth your time, folks. Don't let the fact that it's an indie film turn you away. Not only because you have great performances, but a solid production design, and for the ending alone is a lot of fun, and a fun end credit sequence as well. So there you have it, Craving. If you're an indie fan of indie creature features, you're going to want to check it out. And that'll about do it for here on the Final Cut. Please help us get to 2,500 subscribers or more by the end of the year. Tell your friends, have your friends tell their friends. We got a lot of great more reviews coming this year, and heck, the rest of this week. So stay tuned for that. Like, subscribe, bells and whistles and all that on to YouTube. I thank you for your support, and until next time, remember, as always, I keep that ticket stub.